everyone. Please continue to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mrs. Velasquez and our ESL students will now lead us in the pledge. ESL students.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please continue to stand. East Hartford High School student Lillian Bertram will now sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone please sit. Thank you. Thank you again, Lillian, for an amazing rendition of the national anthem. And Lillian is only a sophomore, so we have her for 2 more years, so we're very lucky. My name is Anthony Mangiafico, and I am the Director of East Hartford Adult and Continuing Education. Before I begin my remarks tonight, I would like to give all of our graduates and award recipients a big round of applause. You have certainly earned it. I would like to formally welcome everyone to the 48th commencement of East Hartford Adult Education. We have many dignitaries in our audience tonight, and I would like to thank each of them for attending. I would like to thank our Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, Ms. Anne Marie Mancini. We also have many members of our Board of Education here tonight, including Chairperson Brian Hall. We also have Ms. Grabowski, Ms. Shear, Ms. Pett, and Mr. Harris. So thank you very much for attending tonight. We are very fortunate in East Hartford to have such a dedicated Board of Education that regularly attend our graduation and is a big supporter of adult education in general. We also have here tonight from the Town Council, Mark Weinberg, so thank you for coming tonight. I have my colleague and good friend Veronica Marion from the Office of Community Partnership, so thank you for coming tonight. And of course from the American Job Center we have Earl Gardner and Jennifer Fields, so thank you for being here as well. We were able to offer our Students of the Month gift cards this year, thanks in part to generous donations from ShopRite, Anna's Pizza, Queen Pizza, and Mickey's Oceanic Grill. So thank you very much to those establishments for supporting adult education this year. Thanks to them, we're able to give those gift cards out to our students every month for Students of the Month, so thank you. So this past school year has been a very exciting one for East Hartford adult education. Thanks to a new federal grant, we were able to start a new family literacy program that allows parents to bring their young children to class with them and learn parenting skills. In addition, they also receive an ESL class or GED class while their children are taken care of during the 2 hours. And also thanks to that same grant, we were able to start a workforce readiness class, which assists students with finding in-demand jobs, cover letter writing, resume writing, and job interview preparation. Tonight, East Hartford Adult Education is very proud to graduate 19 students. We will also celebrate 7 new United States citizens, and we will be awarding 27 ESL certificates for achievement and attendance. This past school year, we had students in our program from 43 different countries and 6 continents. We had students from Bangladesh, Bolivia, Egypt, Haiti, Indonesia, and Portugal, just to name a few. Our students speak over 30 different languages and range in age from 17 through their 60s. I would like to focus my remarks tonight on our GED graduates. Up until recently, many people thought taking the GED exam was easy. It may have been easier than it is now, but it was never truly easy. Nowadays, the GED test is aligned to the college and career readiness standards and to a 4-year high school education. Our GED graduates work very hard to learn the content needed to pass the difficult 4-part exam. Did you know that there are many celebrities, sports figures, and politicians that have earned their GED diplomas? People that have won Academy Awards, Grammy Awards, Emmy Awards, Tony Awards, sporting titles, Olympic medals, people that have become doctors, and even 2 governors have all earned their GED diplomas. I thought it might be fun tonight if I tell you a little bit about 5 of these GED graduates and you try to guess who they are. So what do you say, you ready to guess? Okay, perfect. Celebrity number 1. This beloved actor has won 5 Emmy Awards, 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards. He was the star of one of the most beloved family sitcoms of the 1980s. He also starred in one of the most well-known movie trilogies of the late 1980s and early 1990s. Even when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, he kept acting and can still be seen on TV shows to this day. Any guesses? Michael J. Fox is a GED graduate, that's right. Celebrity number 2. This one may be better known to some of our younger audience members. This artist, who goes by one name, has sold over 40 million albums and 50 million singles, making her one of the top-selling musical artists of all time. She has won 3 Grammy Awards and 7 MTV Video Music Awards. If we were at her concert right now, she might be swinging above us at any given time. Any guesses? Pink. Pink is correct. Pink is a GED graduate. Here's the next celebrity. So how about we talk about a sports figure? Anyone into boxing? That's your first clue, it's a boxer. This boxer has won an Olympic medal from the 1992 Olympics. He has held multiple world titles in 6 different weight classes. He has also recorded a Grammy-nominated album and has written an autobiography. So who is this boxer? Any guesses? Oscar de la Hoya is a GED graduate. All right, for our 4th one, so this is a politician, so time to get political. This person was a former ambassador to Singapore and former ambassador to China. He is also proficient in Mandarin, by the way. He was a popular former governor of Utah and even ran for president in 2012. He is currently serving as the United States ambassador to Russia. Any guesses? I know it's a hard one, sorry. John Huntsman. And yes, I know that was a hard one, but I wanted to show you that even someone who was a governor, a current ambassador, someone who has run for president is a GED graduate. There's no telling where all of you graduates can find yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years. All right, ready for one more? I actually have a whole list of 50, but I didn't think you want to be here all night, so I'll limit it to 5. So here's the last one. This Academy Award-winning actress is in some ways just as known for her personal life and her humanitarian work as she is for her acting. She currently serves on the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. In addition to various films such as Girl Interrupted, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Salt, she's also a screenwriter, producer, and director. And this celebrity is? Angelina Jolie is a GED graduate. Very good. So I wanted to share those few names with you tonight because the most important part of our program is not me and not even our instructors. It's all of our adult learners. And tonight we have a full program in store for you. You will hear from 2 students who became American citizens this past school year. We will also honor our GED and credit diploma graduates. We will honor our ESL students from all around the world who came to the United States to start a better lives for themselves and their families. Diversity makes us stronger, and as you can see from the number of countries and languages represented in our program, East Hartford only continues to get stronger each and every year. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Mr. Brian Hall, the Board of Education Chairperson, to the podium.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is a celebration. Huh? A little bit more pep in your step. I'm glad to be here this evening for the 2018 Adult Ed and GED graduation. Always an honor and a privilege to stand before this great group of remarkable students and families. This actually, for our board members, will recognize the fact that this is the first kickoff graduation of the school year. So for the next few days, we'll be proudly graduating many of our successful students. I want to talk to you for a few minutes because, again, we know that you've worked hard. Your parents are sitting there, your grandparents, some of you may be parents yourself, guardians and family members, all who truly care. On behalf of the Board of Education, I also want to let you know that we care for you as well. I sometimes look at the news and I don't quite understand that in the world that we live in today, that a lot of things are going bad and not good. So it's always good to get together to celebrate a celebration as this. When I look at the news and I hear someone who's supposed to be the CEO of a country talking about building a wall, well, we're here tonight because we've given you the opportunity to tear down a wall. Congratulations. When I look in here that we live in a government in times that want to take children away from families who are coming into this country, a country that is supposed to be the United States of America. Well, if we're going to be United States of America, then we also need to be united as people. So I can imagine, I was told as an African-American male of stories from my elders and my ancestors of how when our people came over that they separated the children from the families. Well, that happened centuries ago. And to stand here in 2018 and see that same act happen, have we really moved far as a country that's called the United States of America? Everyone should have an opportunity to be able to be free, also an opportunity to get an education and provide a salary for their families. So we're grateful that we here at the East Hartford Board of Education not only allowed you an opportunity and opened the door, but that you came through that door and utilized your skills and talents to end up here tonight. So again, I want to congratulate you. When we talk about the fact of building a wall, when I hear about building something, if it's first not on a solid foundation, then that building of that wall will not last long. But why do people build things? They build things for two reasons, either to enhance or to separate. Well, we don't want to build to separate. We want to be able to build so that you have a greater opportunity to stand in a higher education building to do what you did this evening. I want to talk a little bit about beget. What is beget? We come here tonight because we use the word to beget. Beget means to cause up or to produce as an effect. So we're here tonight because we wanted to join together as teachers, as the administrators, as those that gave you what you needed, the tools in your toolbox. They were the separation of you and success. So we want to beget a couple of things here. First thing we wanted to do as a board, we wanted to make sure that we had the funding to continue such a great opportunity for you. Some of us may have left high school for various reasons. Some of us may have came into this country looking to get an education. But we here in East Hartford were dedicated and committed to the fact that we gave Anthony and his team everything they needed so that we can successfully stand here tonight and congratulate you, the graduates of 2018. So I'm going to ask you something. Since you now have achieved this degree, I want you to be the first stepping stone to a stone of a society. A society that doesn't point fingers because of the degree that's on your wall, but a society that's going to respect you because now they know that you can do it all. I want you to leave this beautiful place tonight, and I want you to go out into the community and show the skills that you have talentedly received and earned. I want you to love a little bit more. See, one of the things, if we love more, I don't have to be related to you to love you. I don't even have to know you to love you, because deeds of kindness is love. Human betterment. I want you to go out and be an example to our young people, because our young people right now are so mixed up. And the thing of it is that we are adults have to be held accountable for what's going on in our community. Don't just stay blinded to what's going on. Become a mentor, become a volunteer, get more engaged, come back to this program and provide some key words to students that will follow after you. So I want you to love a little more. I want you to be able to know that in spite of what comes up against you, that love is a powerful tool. I want you to know that power begets power. When you have power, not power to be egotistic, not power that you use for your own self-gain, but power that you can use to make this world a better place. That's right, that's an applause. We don't get paid for what we do. You know how we get paid? By seeing you in that cap and gown tonight. MasterCard talks about many things. I love this commercial. They'll say a cheeseburger, $1.50. A Uber ride, $15.95. Whatever it may be, but I'm going to say to you, you tonight are priceless. And in closing, I want to say this to you. That as you journey, because you made this step. See, state law requires us as a Board of Education that up through K through 12 age group, we must make sure that you get an education. We do everything possible, and there are even laws on the books that if a parent does not send their kid to school, that there are legal consequences that they must face. But you took this step on your own. You took this big, giant leap of faith by yourself. For whatever reason it may have been, you have accomplished what you came here for, but the journey does not stop now. We will be giving you tonight a pass that's going to open up many doors. We're going to give you a diploma tonight that will offer you an opportunity to continue to educate yourself, to give you an opportunity to be more creative with your mind, and to possibly, I'm looking at some entrepreneurs, possibly I'm looking at the next board chair, possibly I'm looking at some board members, possibly I'm looking at some teachers. But more importantly tonight, I am looking at a group of students who came together, who worked hard in spite of the challenges, in spite of your age, in spite of your economic situation, in spite of being a father or a mother, in spite of maybe have to take care of somebody, you did what you needed to do. You did the do. So we didn't need the spaghetti. Now you've been determined. Now you got that baguette in the middle to have that cause to tie this thing in. Now I need you to be determined. Be determined to be the best that you can be. Be determined to know that in spite of what the media showcases about this country, this still is a great country. Get involved. Make a change. I would love to have any of you come volunteer for East Hartford Public Schools, because all of you have a story to tell. All of you are successful, and again, From the bottom of my heart, and I think I can talk for all of the Board of Education members, we are truly, truly pleased, impressed, and grateful for your service to East Hartford Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. I would now like to call Ms. Anne Marie Mancini, Superintendent of Secondary Education, to the podium.
Good evening. Mr. Hall is always a tough act to follow. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "Do one thing every day that scares you." Ladies and gentlemen, this is my one thing for today. Well, this and walking through the middle school cafeteria during the 6th grade lunch wave, that's pretty scary too. I would generally describe myself as a pretty shy person, and in my role as assistant superintendent, I just prefer working in schools with our principals and with our teachers. I generally leave the public aspect of the job to Mr. Hall and to our superintendent, Mr. Quinnell, who they both seem to really embrace this role. Mr. Quinnell even has his own TV show. It's hard to compete with that. In a lot of ways, though, he and I are a perfect match. For those of you that are Connecticut sports fans, I like to think of us as like Gino Auriemma and Chris Daly, two different personalities using our strengths to support our team, in this case, East Hartford Public Schools. Still, I realize that speaking at events like these and at board meetings is part of the job, so that when I do have to do it, I usually try to give myself some kind of motivation to overcome my reluctance. Most of the time, this motivation involves ice cream, but I'm trying to, kind of get beyond that. This time, I reached out to Mr. Mangiafico to see if I could meet and talk with some of the graduates. And tonight, I'd like to share with you a little bit about their individual storylines, because I thought that, like me, they probably had to overcome a fear in order to be successful and be sitting in this auditorium today. The first person I met was Brenda. She's graduating tonight from the Credit Diploma Program after starting in August of 2016. Brenda, are you here tonight? There you are. She lives in East Hartford with her family. Brenda told me that as a young person growing up in New York, she moved around a lot, and this made it difficult for her to finish school. Once her youngest daughter became old enough to take care of herself, she enrolled in the program, taking a combination of night and online courses. Brenda had been working for the same insurance company for the last 20 years, and she told me that she always worried a little bit if the fact that she didn't have a high school degree would impact her job. Thankfully, it didn't. She said that the support of her family, and specifically her 3 daughters, was all that she needed to be successful and to motivate her to complete this program and be in this auditorium tonight. With her degree now secured, Brenda wants to enroll in a paralegal program at Manchester Community College. So congratulations, Brenda. The second person I met was a young man named James. James is from Ghana, and he's graduating tonight with his GED. James finished his program in just 6 months. And one way he was able to do this is because he kept up the most insane schedule I have ever heard in my life. He gets up every morning at 4:30 in the morning, which is actually the time I usually get up, but he gets up and starts studying immediately. So he would study from about 4:30 to about 6 every morning, and then get ready, take the bus to where he had classes every day, take the bus home, do some additional things at home, and get ready for work, take the bus to work from the late afternoon hours and into the evening, take the bus back home, do some things at home at night to get ready for the next day, and begin his day over again the next morning. I was exhausted kind of just talking with him. He only slept, he told me, about 5 hours each night. James told me that he wants to study computer science in college and is looking into a variety of programs, including Manchester Community College. And he shared with me that this is his very first graduation ceremony of any kind that he's ever participated in. James, are you here tonight? I hope you are. source of motivation as I prepared to speak tonight is a man by the name of Winston, another GED graduate. Winston, where are you? There you are. Winston is originally from Jamaica, although he's been living in the United States for about 26 years. He was playing soccer when the brochure for the East Hartford Adult and Continuing Education program came to his house. Before earning his degree, Winston told me he was working from home for Mass Mutual and coaching youth sports. Now he has a job selling insurance and is looking to go to college to study accounting. On a side note, I want to tell you that while Brenda, James, and Winston all talked about what they were going to do tonight to celebrate, Winston is by far having the biggest party. He's going to have a cookout, a DJ, and all kinds of things. So forget about the ice cream. I know where I'm going after this. Everyone go to Winston's house. So looking back on what Eleanor Roosevelt said, do one thing every day that scares you, I don't think she meant for us to watch a horror movie or even to go to WebMD, like the doctors say you should never do, and look up our symptoms when we have them to see if we have some kind of rare disease. I think what Eleanor meant is that we have to step outside our comfort zone sometimes and push our own boundaries if we want to better ourselves and grow. And that's exactly what Brenda and James and Winston did. They took a step forward in their education and now are all moving forward toward college and new opportunities in their lives. And because graduates, all of you are here tonight, I know that you all did the same things and your future is equally as bright. Congratulations, I wish you all continued success.
Thank you, Ms. Mancini. East Hartford Adult Education is proud to offer English as a second language classes 3 times a day in 3 different locations across our great town. This past school year, we served 120 students in our ESL program. Our ESL facilitator, Susan Amon, will now present our ESL Achievement Awards. ESL award winners, please stand and line up at the stairs.
Juan Aguilar Santos. Carla Alvarado. Aguida Calderon. Carmen Diaz Rivera. Din Dong. Shirley Fonseca. Ilsa Goicho Prado. Maria Guzman Rentiera. Yi Sim Han. Tai Ban Hun. Maria Carol. Margarita Leonardo. Jian Tian Mei. Aiden Mancia. Christian Martinez. Eddie Martinez. Mauro Martinez. she's not here. Mercy Mogar. Thuk Nguyen. Van Nguyen. Jorge Pampa. Lloyd Clark. Nancy Renteria Guzman. Dulce Santana.
Thank you, Susan, and congratulations again to all of our ESL award winners. This past year, 7 of our students took the United States Naturalization Exam and became United States citizens. To become a citizen, students must be interviewed in person, which include questions about their citizenship application packet, as well as background questions. Students must also study 100 civics questions and then successfully answer 6 out of 10 questions correctly during the interview process. Questions include, what is the capital of your state? We elect a U.S. Senator for how many years? And what is the supreme law of the land? Then there is an English language portion of the test, which has 3 parts: reading, writing, and speaking, where students must read aloud and correctly write English sentences. Before we present our United States citizenship certificates, I would like to welcome 2 student speakers to the stage, Ivy Amegado and Maribel Darris, who both became United States citizens this past school year. Please.
Good evening. My name is Maribel Darris. I am from El Salvador. I have been in the United States for 23 years. I was through my husband's encouragement that I decided to go for my United States citizenship. As an immigrant, I'm very grateful for what the United States has given me. There are so many things to learn, and I had to do it little by little. Speaking a different language made it difficult at the first to able to take advantage of all the opportunities that the United States had. I want to learn to speak English so as obtain jobs with American family. I work very hard to learn the English language. I continually asked them for help to be sure I was learning the language correctly. We have learned what we need to know. It's okay to be nervous because I passed. I'm here so for those of you who are nervous about attempting something new, don't be. The ceremony was very emotional for me, becoming a United States citizen. It's a way to demonstrate one's commitment to the country. After I received my citizenship, I went to an academy and I received my esthetician diploma. Now, I feel like I can continue to be a productive citizen and look forward to also voting. I would like to end again by saying thank you to all people who help all immigrants through this process. And I know will encourage all people who have the opportunity to become a United States citizen to work hard and complete the process. We haven't learned what the interview process made me very nervous, but I kept thinking about what I was going to achieve. I kept thinking about that when I was finished. I will be a United States citizen, and thanks to God, it's all worked out, and I'm here as the United States citizen to talk about my experience and achievement. Even though I practiced for the interview with Kathy, I have to say I was very nervous. We practiced and nervous during the actual interview, I say, because because what I learned was that being nervous doesn't mean. No. I would like to send again by saying thanks to all people who help all immigrants through this process. And I will encourage all people who have the opportunity to become a United States citizen to work hard and complete the process.
Good evening. I'm Ivy Rose Amegado. I'm from Ghana. While living in Ghana, I read so much about United States and wished so much to live here. I had the opportunity to have my daughter and the son-in-law to file for me. I'm so grateful for them that I'm here today, enjoying and knowing how much United States mean for the world. As an immigrant, I became often frustrated because at first I didn't know the rights and responsibilities someone should know before becoming a citizen. The Catholic Church and a special family took upon themselves to take me to the senior center where I got to know more about what United States is about and the right for everybody to do the right thing. I was registered as a member, and that is where I learned a lot. And I volunteered to their daycare center and then the rehabilitation center at Riverside. It was there that opportunities opened. I learned more about the human relationship in America. Then came one client with the name Right at Home. Right at Home is a health aid agency giving comfort to the elderly and sick. Right at Home gave me an opportunity to work with a wonderful family, and that was where I decided, with the help of the family, to become a US citizen. They were so good. They helped me to register with the adult education here, sponsored, and what I should say is, this education helped the client more than myself. In that, The client, though in her old age, still wanted to learn. So I know age has nothing to do with learning. And I'm very happy the board of directors know that there is no end to education. This sick lady with her interest in knowing what the school was about would rather keep awake to see to it that I go to school. And that made her feel she was more alive. So right at home, we thank you for that opportunity. That healed that lady for a while. She is blessed now. But then, the board of directors, I'm grateful that you mentioned ignorance has a lot in our world now. So with education, I can assure you it can heal the mental patients. I'm grateful for this family. I got enrolled, and the first thing is to know that learning depends on the teacher. Thanks to God, our teacher was so good that all that she taught was so much so that it was real related and there wasn't much to memorize. We had games, we had writing, and she made us feel age has nothing to do with what she was teaching. It was so good. As an immigrant, if we come to class, we, the students, organize to discuss, to know our origin, and then what we were learning and how it will profit us. Today, I'm a citizen, and I can say with this, our teacher helped us much. It came to a time that after all the studies, I should present. But time factor was what hindered me. You must live here for a period before you can register your documents. So Hartford Library gave that opportunity. 8 in their staff, they all held. And the day of the process, interview, was a very nervous time for me. Because whatever you learn, you don't know whom you are going to meet. I went very early, waiting for my attorney. But then, it came to the time that I was called in earlier than the scheduled time. I thought it was just for my paperwork, not knowing it was the interview. The man asked for my attorney. She wasn't around. You want to try without her? My stress was so much, I didn't know what to do. I said yes. With all the encouragement, I said yes. You sure? I said yes. This man started, he was speaking so fast, I didn't know what to do, but then every question, I was able to answer it. Before I knew that was the interview, he said, Ivy, you have passed, you are a citizen, but then wait till you are sworn in. I got out, few minutes, my attorney came, and she asked, oh, let's check in. So I said, my attorney is done. I'm done. It's finished. She couldn't believe, she embraced me. Then we planned for the day of the celebration at Hartford Library. It was so emotional that day. Hartford Library had been sworn in people, but then this was a special one. That is, it was a celebration of libraries. So we had the Scottish bagpipe band to play. We had Lieutenant Nancy Wellman and George Washington. How can George Washington be alive now? But we saw him alive in our swearing in. He was so alive, he stood up, the national anthem was sung, and it was so emotional. The judge swore us in, and we were able to finish up with our certificates, and that was a blessing. I'm here to thank our teacher, East Hartford High School, then the board, and all of you here, that we are not done, because until we go through and exhibit what we have been taught, what we are here for, we cannot say no. So we are here, me and my friend, saying we will help volunteer for East Hartford to go on, for Hartford Library, whatever we have to do, we'll give back the knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ivy and Maribel. We are very proud of both of you. Now, Kathy Ladd, our United States citizenship instructor, and Carrie Inez, our program facilitator, will present our United States citizenship certificates. Citizenship students, please rise and come to the stairs.
Citizenship students can come to the stairs. Before I hand out the awards, I would like to again thank Maribel and Ivy for all the work that they did to be able to present their full story to you. Thank you. And so to begin again, I'd like to say good evening to all of you, students, graduates, family, friends, and invited guests. I could not be more proud to stand here as the citizenship teacher for East Hartford Adult Education. I had been thinking about how I'd introduce these very special students tonight. I thought about our classes this year in which learning the English language was tantamount to their understanding of information presented. I thought about the tremendous amount of U.S. history that they had to learn in order to pass the interview test section. I wondered how many citizens here today would know what the Federalist Papers are, or who wrote them, or why they're even important. But as I thought about these ideas, I just kept feeling like something was missing. And then last night, everything clicked. And of course, it was because of one of my students. You already saw how special two of them are. Let me tell you what happened last night. As we went through rehearsal, Margarita Leonardo approached me. Anyone who knows Margarita knows she is vibrant and funny and enjoys life to the fullest. With that being said, she would not be one to speak in front of a large group. She is not the type to ask for any special favors, which is why she totally caught me by surprise when she came up and said, "Could you do me a favor? Would you be able to thank my husband and my children and family for their support in getting my citizenship, because without them, it might not have happened?" And there it was. Support and encouragement. In working with these students, there is more than just a process. It is truly a journey for each of them. In class, we discuss their struggles in their home countries, their struggles in getting to the United States, and their struggles they had to overcome to become United States citizens. But through all of the challenges they faced, it was the support and encouragement from so many that enabled them to get to this point. They mentioned to me so many times that our program has helped them to get here, but I can honestly say that all of them were the driving force behind what we accomplished together. These students, who could have just walked away after receiving their citizenship, came back to the class and shared their experiences of the interview process with the rest of the class in order to help them in their journey as well. Every one of them did this. Two of the students, Maribel and Ivy, took time to prepare a speech tonight for all of you. And Ivy also took time to be interviewed by Reveal, an NPR program which will air this weekend, to talk about her journey from immigrant to United States citizen. So from Margarita to her husband and family, she sends a heartfelt thank you. And it is with thankfulness in my heart that I say to these students and everyone here that I'm the fortunate one to be the citizenship class teacher, for I have in turn learned so much from them. Thank you. First award goes to Ivy Amagadu.
Good evening. It is an honor and a privilege for me to introduce you to a new United States citizen, East Hartford's own Mr. Fortunata Ayaya. Beginning in ESL 1, Fortunata was an exemplary student, reflecting the kinds of skills that are desired in all adult education students. He started in ESL 1, and I remember he could barely speak English. And then he went to ESL 2, and then he went to ESL 3. And all that time he was committed, hardworking, and eager to succeed in all of his learning. I personally got to work with Fortunata in 2013, and for the next 3 years had the advantage of working with him in ESL 2, ESL 3, civics, and college and career readiness. In all that time, Fortunato rarely missed a class. But what was so impressive about him was his positive attitude. Even though he sometimes struggled through understanding the language, he persevered in his goals and became a role model for the other students and was our graduation speaker in 2016. Fortunata was always kind and compassionate and a true team player. I have no doubt that Fortunata will live up to the ideals and values that our country was built on and that made our country great. We are lucky to call him an American citizen.
Right now we have from El Salvador, Maribel Deris. The last citizenship student who is here tonight and who I want to thank for really bringing it all home to me. It's not about the class, it's not about the lessons, as the assistant superintendent, I believe was said. It's really about all of us, and I've learned that so much more this year than any other year in teaching. So I would really like to thank Margarita Leonardo. And I would like to just recognize 3 other students who are not here right now. Juan Hong, who got his citizenship, Angela Rodriguez, who also got her citizenship, and Boguslava Samsel, who asked me to reach out to all of you and really express that she wished she could be here, but she's in Poland at a family wedding, so we wish her well as well. Thank you.
Will you join me on stage? Hala just passed the GED exam exactly 1 week ago tonight.
Good evening. Thank you all for attending this special night. My name is Hela Mashhour. I came to the United States from Egypt 2 years ago so my husband could pursue his education. At that time, I began studying for my GED at the New Covenant United Methodist Church. I really enjoyed the classes and fell in love with education. To me, education is more than just good grades. It has provided me with experience in goal setting, new thoughts, and viewpoints, and has laid the groundwork for future plans. It has also taught me about commitment, perseverance, and the never-ending opportunities my GED will give me. First of all, I would like to thank my husband, Sumit Kumar, my 2 beautiful children, Sarah and Saif, and all of my family back home in Egypt and India for their never-ending support and encouragement. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Tony, Mr. John, Miss Carol, Mrs. Ladd, Miss Straub, Lori and Lucy, for all you have done to help me pass the GED. And thank you to Mrs. McCarthy for all your help in the workforce readiness class. And a very special thanks to my teacher, Mr. Patrick. Thank you is not enough to tell you how I really feel. You have always been there for me and have taught me so much. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your time, your talent, your expertise, and of course, your jokes with me. You demanded excellence from everyone in the class, even when we didn't want it for ourselves. And finally, you never gave up on any one of us. Thank you for setting the bar so high. To my fellow classmates, thank you for your support and always being there for me. I wish you the very best in all of your future goals. And to those of you who are still working on the GED, I want to say, don't ever give up. In closing, always remember to make the most of all your opportunities and never stop learning and growing. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you very much, Hala, for that motivational speech. We are very excited to have 16 GED graduates this year. In 2014, the GED exam became a much more rigorous computerized exam that was aligned to a high school diploma and the skills that employers were looking for: critical thinking, problem solving, and clear writing to prove an argument. Just some of the things that GED graduates had to endure during the test: they had to solve algebraic equations in math, they had to balance chemical equations in science, and they had to use their knowledge of civics and United States history on the social studies portion of the test. And this is all done electronically while students are given varying amounts of time to complete each test. Carol will now present our GED graduates. GED graduates, please rise and come to the stairs.
Good evening again. It is my sincere pleasure to introduce you to our 2018 GED graduates. But before I do that, I need to tell you about this truly amazing group of students. All of you, all 16 of you, although you're not all here tonight, are truly my heroes. For the dictionary defines a hero as a person that's admired for bravery, achievements, and good qualities. As Jesse Jackson once said, "If my mind can conceive it, and my heart can believe it, I know I can achieve it." That's the motto for our students that are here tonight. Life has not been easy for these students who, for a variety of reasons, didn't complete high school. Tonight's achievement didn't just happen. It required discipline, it required commitment, courage, and perseverance. For discipline was required to get to class even after you've worked a full day or a full night, or just having a bad day in general. It was the ability to keep working on something that was often very difficult, especially math. Commitment was required to study both during and after class, attending extra tutorial sessions taught by our own Mr. Patrick and Mrs. Ladd, and perhaps attending a 6-hour boot camp led by the Colonel, Mr. Dan Cormier, and studying at home when really all they wanted was some free time. Courage was required to take those steps to come back to school and enter East Hartford High School to register in order to acquire the necessary education to enable them to move forward and pursue their personal and professional goals. And finally, persistence was required for these students to endure over a long period of time, despite all of the red lights that have stopped them along the way. From lack of babysitting, to transportation issues, to family and personal problems, and even financial insecurity. Their road to success has not always been straight. There have been loops, curves, and speed bumps along the way, and yet they persevered. As Dr. Martin Luther King once said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in a time of challenge. Personally, to all my GED friends, thank you for taking me on this trip. I have learned a lot of history, a lot of English, and a lot of math. So I want to say to you, before I close, as Dr. King would have said, be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. And if you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best, the very best of whatever you are. I love you all. It has been my honor and my privilege to work with you this year. You are my heroes. Our first graduate is Chad Augusta. Chad began in our program in the winter of 2017. Originally a student at Wilbercross, Chad left school at an early age. Currently, he is employed by CNN Electric in Coventry, and he earned his GED in January of 2018. He hopes to pursue a career in electrical work, and he would like to earn his electrical license. Chad always came to class with a big smile on his face, especially when he saw Miss Denise. Congratulations, Chad. Our next student is Winston Bennett. Winston completed high school in Kingston, Jamaica. He joined our program in January of 2016 and received his GED this year. He works for Mass Mutual Insurance Company, but he hopes to go to Albertus Magnus College in order to earn a degree in accounting. His long-term goal is to someday be a CPA. He is a very reliable and dependable student, and we're going to miss him. James Bonsu is our next graduate. James was a permanent fixture in Mr. Patrick's class in the morning. His attendance record was nearly perfect since he began with us in 2017. Always a smile on his face. He is a real team player who's always around, even after he got his GED, to go back and help the students. We wish him all the luck in the future. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Mary Frazier. Perseverance be synonymous with the name Mary Frazier. Mary came to us with 3 sections of the GED passed. However, math was a real struggle for her. Yet week after week, she came to class and pursued on and on. She is truly an inspiration to teachers and all of her classmates. And I know Miss Denise sitting over there is very proud of you. Our next graduate is Jason Hernandez. Jason asked me before graduation why I was wearing a robe since I wasn't graduating. And I said to him, I've learned enough this year to get another diploma. One of our newest graduates, Jason started in adult education in 2017. First at Hockenham and then at the New Covenant United Methodist Church. Jason came to class with purpose, resolve, and determination. He took advantage of all extra tutoring, often riding his bicycle all the way from the church down to Hockenham School so he could get extra help from Mrs. Ladd. He is a real team player and helps the other students whenever possible. Jason, we congratulate you and wish you the best of luck. What could I possibly say about Hala? Hala arrived in our program in 2016, coming here from Egypt. For the next 2 years, she attended classes at New Covenant Methodist Church and hardly missed a day. Always a helper to the classmates. She's been a pleasure. She's also been our student representative on the East Hartford Advisory Board for the past year, and next year will be a community liaison to the East Hartford Adult Education Advisory Board. Hala also completed a 10-week course called PEP, People Empowering People. And at its completion, she ran a very successful fundraising event, raising items that were donated to families around East Hartford. We are just so proud of her. She will be attending Manchester Community College in August. Keep in touch, Hala. We love you. No, I got it. Tyron Shepard. Wow. One of our newest graduates as of May 30th is Tyron. Although quiet by nature, he is an addition to any classroom with his warm smile and helpful manner. He came to us from Weaver High School in January of 2018. He's now looking into programs at both Goodwin College and Estuna Community College. We wish him all the best in the future. Our last award goes to Stephanie Torres. Stephanie came into our program in 2016 from Hartford Public High School. She said she entered our program in order to better herself and better the future of her child. At the present time, she is employed at Hartford Hospital, but would like to attend Capital Community College and pursue a career in the medical field. We are so proud of her. Congratulations. Please give these hard-working GED graduates a big round of applause.
Congratulations again to all of our GED graduates. We are all extremely proud of you tonight. Our final group of students tonight is our credit diploma program students. Students in this program take classes in language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies until they achieve 22 credits. When they achieve 22 credits, they are awarded a local high school diploma. Students in this program take classes Monday through Thursday evening, 3:30 to 7:45 p.m. As you can see, this is a small but dedicated group of students that we are very proud of. One of those credit diploma program graduates, Brenda Ortiz, will now address the audience. Brenda, please join. You sure? We'll give you a pass. You can come back next year and give that speech, all right? So at this point, Mr. Doug Frazier, who is our guidance counselor, will now present our final graduates. Credit diploma students, please line up at the stairs.
We'll give you one more shot if you want to give the speech, Brenda. No, that's a hard no. Okay. So we have a small group, as you know. This is a very different program than the GED. These two women, smaller than our GEDs, came to class for both, started in 2016, and have earned a high school diploma, not taken the online test, but have earned the credits that they just were short on before they left their high schools. So our first graduate, Raquel Foster. Come on up, Raquel. Raquel, like a lot of our students, impressed us with her ability to balance working part-time, raising her family, and still making it here Monday through Thursday, taking classes and coming back. Most impressively, while earning some of these credits that got her here tonight, in the fall, Raquel was pregnant and needed to take a short break to give birth to her beautiful son, Joseph. Is that him right there? There he is. But amazingly was back the next week to finish her classes because she wanted to be here tonight. She was that dedicated. So that is fantastic. We are very, very proud of her. She is attending one of two schools. She's deciding right now, but she's pursuing a career to be a medical assistant. Congratulations. All right, our next graduate, Brenda Ortiz. Whether you like it or not, you're getting up here. You've heard a little bit about Brenda already tonight, but she has been one of our most consistent and dedicated students over the past 2 years. She could always be found in the computer lab working through many online courses, in addition to the classic in-classroom courses we offer as well. She, like Raquel and many of our other students, have balanced her family, her coursework, and she works as an assistant underwriter in Middletown as well, on top of all of this. So it has been just impressive, and we are so happy and proud to have had you come through our program. So she is already set. She is attending Manchester Community College next year, and she is pursuing a career to be a paralegal. Congratulations. Nice and short.
Thank you, Doug, and congratulations again to our credit diploma students. Before our graduates march out of the auditorium, I would like to remind everyone that we have a reception in the cafeteria immediately following the graduation, and all of our students and guests are welcome. Graduates, please rise. Please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me congratulate the East Hartford Adult Education class of 2018.